Hey everybody, welcome back to Tuckaway Pints. Today I'd like to officially introduce you to our new hens. So it's been about 3 weeks since the arrival of the hens, and so far so good. They seem to have been adjusting very well, especially since the kind of chaotic arrival. When we first set out to pick out which chickens we actually wanted, we had the luxury of selecting a couple different breeds, and we each kind of picked which chicken we would like. And one of the breeds that was selected was a red and blue laced Wyandotte, and we also, as you can tell, we have Zelly, who's our silver laced Wyandotte. And on the way up to us, when they were being delivered, the red laced was kind of attacking the silver laced. So once they arrived, we separated the two and actually replaced the first red laced with another more mature red laced hen. We thought maybe because the second one would be a little more mature, that she'd be more motherly and not as hostile, but that was not the case, unfortunately. So then we had to swap that second red laced Wyandotte with a Rhode Island red, and thus far things have been very good. I mean, they have established their pecking order, so there was a couple little hiccups here and there, but that's kind of typical when you get a new flock and a new set of chickens together, especially in a new place like this. And but unfortunately, Zelly, her eye was injured during the trip up here, so I had to medicate her eye. I was fortunate enough to get some medication from the wonderful woman who supplied the chickens to us. Very informative, very helpful. I'm very happy that, I was fortunate enough to meet her and be able to go on this journey and have her kind of guide me through it. So very thankful. And her eye has healed up nicely, but it does seem like she can be blind in that eye, if not have impaired vision. So it's definitely not as lively as the other eye, but she does seem to be faring very well. I mean, you can tell she kind of compensates by having her head tilted a little bit, but she's eating, she's drinking, she does look healthy otherwise, as far as I can tell, and the other girls have not seemed to like gang up on her or anything like that, so very thankful for that as well. So but yeah, otherwise we have been also very fortunate enough to get an egg every day since their arrival. So one of them is already laying, which is great because we are just about midway through August, and I was told that we shouldn't expect any eggs until mid to late August. So if that's the case, the other lady should start laying very, very soon. But I believe our premature layer here is Carmela, our Rhode Island red. Her cones are very vibrant red, and she is very active as far as eating goes. She's the first one out in the morning for food, and the last one in, trying to pick up any last little morsel that she can before bed. So that's my assumption. So but we do have a little bet going as far as who's going to be the next one in line. It'll be very interesting. Kind of hard to keep track of at least 3 of the breeds. I know our 2 Wyandottes and the Rhode Island Red should lay brown eggs, but our Sapphire Gem is expected to potentially lay either a nice light green or a light blue egg. So we'll see. Hopefully that's the case. That'll be just kind of interesting to see the variety of color. So, but yes, they just are pecking away behind me. They're having such a blast. The dogs have been able to see them from the other side of the run here, and we're kind of trying to feel them out, kind of observe their behavior. They do seem very interested. One of our dogs likes to bark at them, so that's a little bit of a concern to us. But I was actually cleaning the coop today, and that said dog ended up in the coop with me on accident, and thankfully nothing major happened. He seemed more curious than anything. He was just kind of sniffing around, and I know the chickens didn't know really what to expect, but it wasn't crazy at all, so I was kind of surprised. So definitely gonna have to keep my eye on them and just kind of play it by ear, because it would be nice to kind of have the chickens out in the yard a little bit. I do hope maybe come fall time when the garden's put to bed, I can maybe have the chickens in there for a little while, kind of do some cleaning up for me maybe, hopefully. Because I've been trying to come up with ways to stimulate the chickens while they're in the run. I know it's a decent sized run for just 4 chickens, but even so, I know being cooped up in the house for a while can make someone go stir crazy. So I was able to have some toys gifted for me. I'm very thankful for that, so thanks Mom for the presents. She got me a nice little kit for some toys for them to kind of help, you know, entertain them here and there. So it's been very nice. I also initially had a dust bath made up for them. Actually, you can kind of see that round pot there. I had a dust bath made up for them, but they actually decided to make their own kind of in this corner here, because there was actually some exposed ground there, and they just kind of started digging and stuff. Yeah, and then I actually ended up turning that pot into kind of like, I had threw a nice flat rock inside the center, and I'll fill it up with some nice cold water on hot days, so that way they can kind of stay cool and not be overheated or anything like that. But yeah, it's kind of nice just being able to sit out here. I can watch them all day long, and it's nice to see their individual personalities starting to come out, and you know, kind of getting a sense of who they really are. So, but just wanted to keep this video kind of brief, short, bring you up to speed with how we are with the chickens, how they're doing, all the names we picked out, and yeah, how's it going thus far. So definitely don't forget to like this video. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Please leave me a comment if anybody's got any little tips, bits of information. I'd love to hear. I'm willing to learn as much as I possibly can about these ladies and the best way to give them the best life. So, and also I'm very curious if anyone is interested in starting a conversation with me. I want to know if anyone else has noticed any breed discrepancies, like discrepancies between 2 specific breeds. You know, if anyone's got multiple different breeds of chickens, has certain breeds kind of not gotten along very well, because I thought it was very interesting that 2 different red-laced Wyandottes would go after one silver-laced. So please let me know. I'm kind of curious and to see what anyone else's thoughts are. So, but finally, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other fun chicken adventures we have here on the homestead. All right, thanks again, you guys.